The Finns were largely blacklisted from the mines after the 1907 strike. And you know, the thing was, you bought your food and your stuff from the company store, and the company store wouldn't give you credit if you were on strike. As a result of that, the cooperative movement grew by leaps and bounds after the 1907 strike, because this was a place that was geared for workers and that would support workers no matter what.
In those days, the wages were mighty low. The miners were getting $2.10 a day for 10 hours labor, for 10 hours work. And working with these miners and remembering that in France they had unions. Remember and knowing that in most European countries they had unions. So I would say to these miners, why don't we have a union here? But they had stool pigeons in the mines. That's how I was blacklisted. I was sent home.
John T. Bernard wasn't a Finn, but he ran for office in 1936 on the farmer labor ticket. And he ran for 8th District Congress, and he was an immigrant. And one of his bases of support was Mesaba Park. It was on the July 4th weekend. Here at the park, 1936, 10,000 people. Now I want to tell you that when John T. Bernard won that election, he won 70% of the vote. And he beat a Democratic and a Republican candidate. He won across all ethnic groups. And that had never happened before that. So the Italians voted for an Italian if there was an Italian candidate. The Finns would vote for a Finn if there was a Finnish candidate. And they split up the vote, and the Republicans won every time. But when Bernard won, he won 70% of the vote across all the ethnicities, and he shattered the ethnicity voting forever on the range. The park is just a launching pad for the Farmer Labor Party in the 30s. It was a place where the Farmer Labor Party could gather its resources and propel them into the future and in throughout the whole culture, all the cultures. A place where people could dance and learn about fighting back. There was threads of a social gathering plus a political gathering that attracted people. Just, they swarmed in here for that. One of the people that played here was an accordion player, Viola Turpanen. She could draw 1,000 people in here just to play, just to come to see her play. She played here like in 1937. All the co-ops were out of flour because in the Depression times, women did not have materials to, or buy, you couldn't buy materials, they didn't have any money to make dresses. But they would buy the flour sacks from the co-op and they would make a new dress out of the flour sacks. So typically when Viola Turpanen came to town, the co-ops would be out of flour because all the flour sacks would be made into dresses.
That's great.
Yeah. Bernard had, he had composed new words to the song God Bless America. He had this beautiful voice, and he had the whole place, you know, just on their feet. When the workers
we'll make America land all can love. Organize her, unionize her, make the bright star of right shine above. Make the railroads and the factories and the farmlands all our own. We'll make America our own sweet home. We'll make America our own sweet home. Thank you. Thank you.